Assalamu alaikum. Part three. So we know that part of what the Christians did when Richard Lionheart went to Palestine after Salahuddin had taken over and had been whatever for years and years. It was just some Jews, Muslims, everybody lived together. Fine. He made a bloodbath. They described it as literally having a river of blood running through the city. And they did horrible things to women, children, beheaded men, and then would behead the women afterwards. Some they kept saying. In fact, they say if you ask a Lebanese or a Syrian people and some Philistine, why is your head red? Why do you look like European? These are the descendants of what these crusaders did. Then from the Crusades, we look at what they did in Ireland and how they subjugated people with the Bible, and they would do horrible things to the women there, horrible things. And in Scotland, they used the thing where the person who was a magistrate could sleep with a man's wife on the first night of marriage to subjugate them, and they used these laws out of the foundation of the Bible. And then you come to America, and these very same people use the same Bible to enslave Africans, the indigenous people who some of them were technically African, some of them have been here for a couple thousand years. Um, we know that Mansa Musa sent his brother with 2,000 canoes here. But the Gula tribes still, I mean, they're African. They just been in America freaking ever. You got the indigenous who have a dark front. Thomas Jefferson wrote a law when he became president to literally breed out the indigenous people, the indigenous Cherokee, the Shawnee, and those who were around the colonies. And they did a fair job of it because there's one part of the Cherokee Nation, the predominant Y chromosome is a RB1 chromosome or RB269, which is a rare but a European uh, DNA, a white DNA, not a Caucasian but a white. We know that they used the Bible to kill hundreds and thousands of indigenous people. Then they send them to a school, cut their hair, force them not to speak anything but English, and they were killing babies. I think they found like the last count was like 8,000 children they had buried after they killed them in these schools that they sent them to. And they did that up until the 1960s. We know that the priests have done horrible things to men and women. We know that this country is based on men doing a horrible thing. They literally had ships of indentured women brought here for the lust and the desires of the people in Jamestown. These people came here supposedly as Puritans and supposed to be like the religious whatever. They, they were not holy people. They were really were disgusting. And if you look at what they did, it's just like John Smith when he came and he did what he did with that poor Pocahontas. She was a baby. She was an adolescent. We still write about it. And we got cartoons of this man who basically raped a child. And we still got cartoons about this. You know, Sacagawea, when she went and she had the babies and she left from the trader, she was a teenager and already had two kids by this man. They've always used this Bible. They've always used this and that. Now they want to take that Bible lesson and in America say that you have to bend the knee to Israel. Why? If you all believe in this so wholeheartedly that you have destroyed the world for it, why are you now saying that all our money, our flags, our everything has to go to Israel? They're not Christian. They're they're Zionists. They're barely Jewish. They Here's the thing. They follow the Talmud, which is not the Torah. The Talmud is a discussion of rabbis and what they thought about stuff and what they believe. If you read the Talmud will have you thinking it's okay to do these things to a child The women and anybody besides Jewish people are going and they're dirt, they're animals. What philosophy did you hear that from? In America, they use that same philosophy against indigenous people and African people. Anybody who wasn't white was not human being. John Locke, the famous philosopher, wrote a whole paper about it. They still did the Willie Lynch letters are based off of John Locke's the actual written letter. And all, that written letter was put into laws in South Carolina that's still used to this day, saying that black people are not doing how to break the bucks, how to make a black woman independent and break away a family and not have black people have family, and to say that they were not human beings, that they were below white people. This is Christianity that's being taught in America, at least. Think about all these things. Our fourth